The Alpine Inn Fall Rock Fest is coming October 8th, with no cover charge and a free shuttle to Bennett O'Reilly's, plus yard games and an outdoor bar. Enjoy a full day of music with Jen Wilder, Overplayed, and the Greedy Volunteers. Check out the Alpine Inn on Facebook for more information. Get outside in Pepin County. Pack up the family and visit the childhood home of Laura Ingalls Wilder. Sail on Lake Pepin, bike the Chippewa River State Trail, hike up Maiden Rock, and throw a line in a trout stream. Sign up to win a vacation at visitpepincounty.com. Winona has got a story to tell you. October 14th and 15th is the first ever Sandbar Storytelling Festival. Hear compelling stories about the human experience and cultural traditions by award-winning and nationally known storytellers. Learn more and get your tickets online at sandbarstorytellingfestival.org. We connect with musician Melissa Kay McCarthy. We chat about music, writing and recording style, the lyric video for Warm Bed, her new lyric book, her break from music, and what's coming up for this artist. You can find more conversations, food reviews, live music, and events on our website, lacrosselocal.com. I'm Amy.
And I'm Brent.
And this is Lacrosse Local.
Burned out of the motel sign. I park beneath each mountain. Well, my name is Melissa McCarthy. I started using my middle name when Gilmore Girls came out because I know that Melissa McCarthy, the actress, I was getting comments about it. So early on in her career, I changed and started using my middle name just to kind of separate myself. So I go by Melissa Kay McCarthy for all my music, and I am originally from Wausau. I've been in lacrosse now for several years. I don't know how many, but I've gone back and came free spirit. I'm here to stay this time. So
kind of listening to your music over the past couple of days, I kind of hear some influences in there, things I think of initially. What was some of the earliest sort of influences or artists, could be music, painters, that you kind of took in when you're getting into it?
Yeah, I know I really liked Jewel when she came out. I was in high school when she released her album Pieces of You, and really loved the guitar playing and really kind of started to gravitate toward female songwriters. And my aunt bought me a Lori McKenna CD. She's a singer-songwriter. I've been watching her and following her music since she was writing songs at her kitchen table, and now she's a Grammy Award winner. She's written songs for Tim McGraw, Little Big Town, lots of names. She's very well known in the Nashville community now, and I've drawn a lot from her songwriting. She's probably my biggest songwriting influence.
Looking at, your kind of bio here, you're talking about got a few albums out. There's a different space in between the first one and this one that I believe is coming out soon. What is your kind of writing and recording style? Why was there that break in between?
Oh, sure. So I was playing a lot, probably in my early 20s to late 20s. And the two albums that I have out, the first one was just recordings that were done in my bedroom. So they're very unprofessional, very raw. I've had ideas to have those mastered and kind of do something with them, but I haven't. I took a break from songwriting. It's been a very therapeutic process for me. And for a while, I kind of felt like I was done writing and that I had nothing else in me. Life was good. I've gone back to music whenever life gets hard, though. And the last couple of years, that's definitely been the case. So 3 years ago, 2019, I lost my fourth cousin. I had 4 cousins on my dad's side. My cousin Elliot died by suicide in 2005. And then his half brother died in a bike accident in 2011. And then in 2018, another cousin died of a drug overdose. And then in 2019, I lost my fourth cousin to a drug overdose. And it was when my fourth cousin died that I decided to return to music. And the Hourglass album came. I was in a leadership class, and the leader of this facilitator of this class, recommended a book to me. And I went home and read the book 3 times and very quickly went back to songwriting and needed it in my own life. And these songs came from a very dark place, but it was very healing at the same time. So it's been a 3-year process. And I decided that I would actually go into a studio. I hired some wonderful professionals in the city's F5 Soundhouse. They've been incredible to work with.
Talking about that dark road you had there. So, it was something that kind of poured out of you with the recording sort of style. Was it something that you had them all ready to go and kind of lay them down all quick? Or is it something that you kind of took your time with a little bit?
The songs on the album, probably within a year, they came about. The first song I wrote was a sit down, had no intention of doing an album. It was the day after we found out my cousin died and we were all at my aunt's house. And the way that How Our Family Grieves is a song on the album, the way that song plays out is exactly how it played out, just sitting there of, Shannon calling my sister saying, should I bring booze or is that inappropriate? And I'm like, well, it's inappropriate not to. And then sitting around a table, just watching this grieving process that we've gone through so many times. The song came out that night.
Katie's been pacing on her phone. She don't ask for much, just not to be alone. If anyone knows what she's going through, both her sisters do. The crock pot's full, there's casseroles. We laugh and ugly cry, that's how we roll. And there's no judging someone out back rolls one. If you don't approve, you should probably leave. This is just how our family grieves.
The other songs on the album came probably over the next year. I kind of tweaked some things. When I went into the studio, some of the songs weren't done, and I gave them everything that I had, the music, and most of it was just verses and some lyric tweaking that I wanted to make on the songs. But for the most part, they were done. I only hear guitar and vocals when I play and write. So when I sat down with a team of musicians, they had ideas and things I would have never thought to include. And it was just fantastic to see their brains working along with the music I wrote.
So what was the name of that song?
How Our Family Grieves is the name. It's the second song on the album.
Recently, again, kind of diving into you a little bit here, you recently put up a lyric video for Warm Bed.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the story behind that song? Also, the video seems real creative, one of the lyric video sort of things, but
Yeah.
what's the story along with that?
So Warm Bed is a song so I work as a crisis responder. I've also done like group facilitating, and I've had parents call and they're very concerned about their child. And the song came about, and to lose two cousins in that same way, I know exactly what these people are going through. I kind of tapped into my two aunts that have lost their sons to overdoses. I kind of put myself in their shoes of thinking how to be a parent watching your child struggle.
I've read books, I've gone to groups that say to walk away from you. That's something a mother just can't do. If you die tonight, the only comfort I will have is knowing you left this earth in a warm bed.
It's kind of where that came from. And I hired somebody to do the lyric video and was very happy with what he put together.
With this album, you've also put together behind the music, a lyric book to go along with Hourglass. So what was the, kind of the idea for that?
So I decided to do the lyric book early on in this process because all of these songs, just like Warm Bed, How Our Family Grieves, they all have a story with them. And it wasn't something that I could just fit into the liner notes of a CD. Plus, not many people are buying CDs as much anymore. So I wanted to have something else that really showed the story. So I spent probably 2 years working on this lyric book, and it's the lyrics, there's pictures included, a lot of background behind my songwriting process and where these stories came from and why I write.
It seems like you just have a lot going now with this, new album, kind of things are moving along again. What are you excited for the next year or so? Is there something that's kind of like coming up for you?
Wow. Well, I've had so many things going on while I've been doing this. I'm finishing my social work license right now, so I'm studying for the social work exam. I've had a lot of people asking me, like, what's next? What are you going to do now? Are you going to do another album? I don't know. I am just excited to finally have music out and almost to give me some credibility as a songwriter. I've had a hard time trying to book gigs. I get a lot of no responses for a long time. And some of that I think has just been the gaps that I've had. And I don't know, but I'm hoping that this album really shows my credibility as not just a songwriter, but a performer, to get some gigs and kind of get the word out. And eventually I would like to do more like conferences and going to mental health awareness events and being part of those to really raise awareness for, I mean, we're seeing some incredible numbers right now with suicide rates and addiction and overdoses. I mean, people are just struggling right now. So it's very, very relevant and important music, I think. And I've been trying to network with people that are kind of doing similar things that I am.
Checking out your website here, is that the best avenue for people to go to?
Yes, I'm actually, I'm meeting with a web designer this week. So hopefully my website will be changing within the next month or two. But for right now, yes, you can purchase music off of there. You can also order my lyric book. And that is McCarthyMelissaK.com.
Looks like you got some shows coming up. You also have music directly on there, like you said. You can even get a coffee mug and a hoodie.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm working on all of that. So I don't have a team. I am 100% doing this on my own. I don't have a label. So everything that happens is all on me. And I'm finally getting to a point, like with the website, I'm hiring somebody out to do that. So I'm just trying to get some things off my plate so that I can focus more on the music.
And was the Kickstarter component, was that something that was done beforehand, or is that something people could still get involved in?
The Kickstarter's done. So I did a Kickstarter and got it fully funded back in, I think it was done in March. So I'm still working on getting everything done for that. So that's where we're at. But the Kickstarter is done and funded, which was awesome.
La Crosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you'd like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at La Crosse Local. Find out more about us at lacrosselocal.com, and you can subscribe to the La Crosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We appreciate it.